Money matters, budgeting and household expenses. Purchasing a car. There are a number of extra costs added to the retail price when purchasing a new car. Registration, stamp duty, and compulsory third-party insurance are all compulsory costs. There may also be a dealer delivery charge, other insurance costs, and if you are borrowing money to purchase the car, there will also be interest charges on the loan. Registration. Motor vehicle registration is compulsory in New South Wales. The purpose of motor vehicle registration is to establish a link between a vehicle and an owner or user of the vehicle. The link might be used for taxation or crime detection purposes. Revenue or money raised from car registrations are used to pay for roads and other expenses. Below is a table of the cost of registration of motor vehicles in New South Wales. It is from your textbook. Here we can see that it is dependent on the weight of the vehicle as to how much it will cost you to register it in New South Wales. It is cheaper to register a vehicle for private use than for business use. So from the table we can see that if a vehicle is under 975 kilos and it's used for private use, the registration cost will be $207. If it is a heavier vehicle, so a bigger vehicle, and it might weigh between 1,155 kilos and 1,504 kilos, and it is used for business use, then it will cost $463 to register this vehicle for the year. Here on this next slide, I have copy and pasted the current up-to-date costs from the New South Wales Service website. And we can see that, for instance, cars, station wagons and trucks up to 975 kilos for private use is now $219 for the year. Business use would be $356 for the year. Any question that you're given in an exam would have a table attached. So you would just use the table that is in the question. And when you're doing the textbook questions, just use the table that is in the textbook. We can also see that there is different costs for motorcycles and also costs for trailers and caravans. In general, anything that goes on the road, so trailers, caravans, motorhomes, motorcycles, cars, trucks, they all have to pay for registration. Stamp duty. Stamp duty is a state tax that is based on the market value of the vehicle or the price paid for it, whichever is the greater. It is charged at the following rate: 3% of the market value up to $45,000 plus 5% of the value over $45,000. So if we have a look at an example, if a vehicle has a market value of $50,000, calculate the stamp duty payable. So stamp duty will equal 3% times $45,000 plus 5% times the amount over $45,000. So $50,000 minus $45,000, which will equal $5,000. So we will have 3% times $45,000 plus 5% times $5,000, which will equal $1,350 plus $250, which will equal $1,600. And here is what I found on the website. As you can see, it is the same. It is worded a little different, but the calculations come out the same. And the vehicles that, it's got a list there of vehicles that incur stamp duty. So insurance. There are 3 different types of insurance policies for vehicles. These are compulsory third-party insurance, sometimes called a green slip, and this is compulsory. You cannot avoid buying it if you are going to register a vehicle. The second one is comprehensive insurance, and the third one is third-party property damage vehicle insurance. I'll now go into a bit more detail as to what these three insurances are. Like all insurances, you purchase insurance policies to protect you against something. Now, the first one we're going to have a look at is compulsory third-party insurance, a CTP, which is often referred to as a green slip. It is compulsory to register a vehicle in New South Wales, and before you can register a vehicle in New South Wales, this insurance must be paid for. It provides compensation to other people injured or killed when the insured driver's vehicle is involved in an accident. It does not cover damage to other vehicles, property, or your vehicle, or theft of your vehicle. So if you only have this green slip or compulsory third-party insurance on a vehicle that you drive, if you were to have an accident, and let's say that the person who you ran into, so you were at fault, you ran into somebody, they hurt their neck, okay? The third-party insurance would cover the cost for them to get treatment on their neck. It will not cover the cost to the damage of their car or the damage to your car. You will have to pay for that. The cost of a green slip or CTP slip varies depending on the type and age of the vehicle, where it is garaged, and the age and driving record of the nominated drivers. So if you have had speeding tickets, or if you have had an insurance claim, then the cost of your green slip will be higher than somebody who hasn't had that. Comprehensive insurance. Now, comprehensive insurance is not compulsory, and it is an added expense, and it can be quite expensive. Comprehensive insurance covers damage to or theft of your vehicle, as well as damage to other vehicles and property in the case of an accident. So if you have comprehensive insurance, and you have a car accident and it was your fault, then your insurance company will pay for the repairs on the other car, the repairs on your car, and your CTP will also still cover any illness or injury given to the other person driving the car. And the final insurance is third-party property damage insurance. Now, this is cheaper than comprehensive insurance, and it covers you for damage caused by your vehicle to someone else's vehicle or property, but it does not cover damage to your vehicle or theft of your vehicle. So once again, if you're in an accident and it's your fault, then the car that you have run into and you have damaged, then the insurance company will pay for the repairs on the other car, but they will not pay for the repairs on your car. So the only way you can get everything covered is if you get comprehensive insurance, but it is a lot more expensive. Sometimes people consider what their car is worth, and that helps them make the decision as to whether they get comprehensive insurance or whether they just get third-party property damage insurance. So if you have just got your license and maybe it's your first car and it might have cost you $1,000, okay, then it might cost you, for comprehensive insurance, it might cost you $800 to insure it for the year. So you might decide that you don't need comprehensive insurance because if you have an accident, your car only cost $1,000 and you might be willing to just say, oh, well, that's my fault. I'll just lose that money. So you might just choose to have third-party property damage so that any car that you might be at fault with and you damage, then your insurance company will pay for that. Okay, but they won't repair your car. So it's a decision that you make individually. Some other charges or other terminology is sometimes there is a dealer delivery charge. When purchasing a new car, the dealer will often charge a fee for dealer delivery. This fee varies from dealer to dealer and is sometimes waived or reduced to encourage people to buy. So if salesmen, because that's what they are, they will sometimes say, oh, look, I won't charge the dealer delivery, you can have that for free, to try and encourage you to buy off them. And a trade-in, as part of the agreement when you purchase a new car, the dealer may buy your current car, if you have one, at an agreed price. When you sell your current car to the dealer in this way, it is called a trade-in. So you might be buying a brand new car for $30,000, and they might say, okay, we will give you $5,000 as a trade-in on your current car. So therefore, the new car costs $30,000, but they're going to take your old car and they'll take $5,000 off the price. So now your new car will only cost $25,000. Okay, let's have a look at an example. Use the table below to calculate the cost of registration for private use of a vehicle that weighs 1,025 kilos. So this table is out of your textbook. So if we have a look, a vehicle that weighs 1,025 kilos, we can see that it is going to be in the 976 kilo to 1,154 kilo range. And if we look at the column of private use, we can see that it's going to cost $240. So the car weighs 1,025 kilos and therefore falls into the 976 kilo to 1,154 kilo range at a cost of $240. So registration will cost $240. Car registration is based on the weight of the car. Let's have a look at another example. Calculate the stamp duty that would be charged on a vehicle that has a market value of $38,000. So stamp duty equals 3% times 38,000. We only have to use the 3% this time because the vehicle market value is under 45,000. So if we do 3% times 38,000, stamp duty will equal $1,140. Another example. Calculate the stamp duty that would be charged on a vehicle that has a market value of $65,000. This time, the market value is over $45,000, so we're going to have to do the first $45,000 at 3%, and then what's left over, or the excess over $45,000 at 5%. So stamp duty will equal 3% times $45,000 plus 5% times $65,000 minus $45,000, which will equal 3% times $45,000 plus 5% times $20,000, which equals $1,350 plus $1,000. The total stamp duty will be $2,350. Calculate the total cost of purchasing a new Toyota RAV with a recommended retail price of $38,500 and weighs 1,805 kilos. The CTP insurance for the car is $328 and the dealer delivery charge is $458. The car is for private use and the owner has decided to take out comprehensive insurance that costs $865 for the first year. So this example is asking us to calculate the total cost of purchasing this new Toyota RAV. And you can see that the question has a lot of different prices in it. So we're going to list our expenses. Now, from the question, we can see that the first expense is the actual cost of the vehicle because we're going to have to pay how much it costs. And the recommended retail price is $38,500. So that's our first charge. Our second charge is registration. Now, registration is always calculated on the weight. So if you just have a look in your textbook, you'll see that a weight of 1,805 kilos, the registration cost is $448. Our next cost is our CTP insurance or our green slip, and the question tells us that that is $328. Then we have our biller delivery charge, and that's going to be $458. That is also in the question. Then also in the question we have our comprehensive insurance. That costs $865. Now we have included everything that's in the question, but there is one more thing that isn't mentioned in the question that you must include in a total cost of purchasing a new car, because we are always charged it, and that is stamp duty. Okay, so the stamp duty will be 3% times the 38,500. We don't have to worry about it being over 45,000, so that's the only calculation we do, and that will be 1,155. Now to find the total cost, we add up all those costs, and the total cost will equal 41,754. So to buy this new Toyota RAV, it will cost us $41,754. So you can see from this that the advertisements on television sometimes when it says new cars from $24,000, they don't include these extra costs. So it is more expensive to buy a car than what is always advertised. So just continuing on from the previous slide, if the buyer receives a trade-in of $18,000 on her old vehicle, what is the total cost of changing to the new car? So the total cost of the new car was $41,754. If I have a vehicle that I'm going to trade in, they're going to give me $18,000 for it, or they're going to take the $18,000 off the total cost of the car. So changeover price will equal $41,754 minus $18,000. So it will cost $23,754. And here are some questions for you to attempt from the textbook.